today in the NBA as we bring in our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, Russell Westbrook was the biggest name left in free agency, but now he has a new basketball home. What more can you tell us?
Malika, Russell Westbrook is signing with the Sacramento Kings. His agent, Jeff Schwartz, tells me it's a one-year, $3.6 million deal. And these are two sides that have been engaged in conversations all off season, every single month, every single week since July. They've been in constant communication. And this is a Kings team that has searched for point guard depth. They were 28th in points, 29th in assists off the bench last season. And I'm told key players advocated for Westbrook as well. One of them being Domantas Sabonis. They played together in Oklahoma City. And then two other players, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, who have LA ties just like Westbrook. And he also knows their new assistant general manager, BJ Armstrong, from their player representation days together. And so after waiting 4 months, the one-time NBA MVP, Russell Westbrook, is back for his 18th season in Sacramento.
18th season in Sacramento. Shams, thank you very much. Westbrook, of course, has been a star in his role off of the bench the last couple of years. He's finished the top 10 in 6 Man of the Year voting, 3 straight seasons here, and now he's joining the Sacramento Kings. Perk, we were on a call together when this came across our phone screen. Shams breaking the news. Your instant reaction was what? You're wearing Kings purple.
Good for Russ.
Yeah.
Great for Russ. I'm glad he signed, but we all know the Western Conference is loaded like a baked potato. We know that, right? There's so many teams.
Sour cream.
So every night,
onions,
yeah, all that.
bacon,
cheddar cheese, everything. But every single night is going to be a playoff type vibe when it comes down to a Western Conference matchup.
Yeah.
A team, you know, when you face them. And they're not attractive for us eye candy and their personnel to get it done with their talent. I'm not discrediting DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, but they just don't measure up to what the other teams in the West have on paper. So what do you need to bring every night? Your energy, right? You got to have the tenacity. You got to play hard because you're going to win some games by just outplaying teams for as how hard you compete. That's what Russell Westbrook is going to bring to that team in that locker room.
So I'm just going to say that a year ago they had De'Aaron Fox as their starting point guard, and now they're
bringing up old stuff.
Well, you knew when he starts answering going, so, and then
I don't mean to be Debbie Downer. Dennis Schroeder is going to be their starter. He is on his 5th team in 3 years. Dennis Schroeder can do a lot of things. He is a journeyman. He's a journeyman for a reason. This is now Russell Westbrook's 7th team in 8 years. Okay, that is a journeyman. He is a journeyman for a reason. There are going to be nights when Russell Westbrook positively impacts the Kings and that they are going to really be glad he's on the roster. I think you could say the same thing about Schroeder. And there are going to be nights when you realize why these guys are journeyman point guards.
I'm a big fan of Russell Westbrook for sure, and every time when you feel down, you watch highlights of Russell Westbrook, like you know what he do, how capable to do, how easy he to score, how easy like fast. I'm a big fan of him because he have big energy and big experience. I think he can help them. And my experience with the Kings, every time when they start really good to play first and second quarter, they need that energy in third quarter and fourth to close the game. And now when we play with them against with Houston, they lead us 20 points, and after they just like fall down and they lost the game. That was like, I think it's a big name for them and a great guy.
The human embodiment of Light the Beam. I do have one question for you though, Brian. When I look at this roster, Doug Christie is a defensive-minded coach, and this roster, to me, doesn't necessarily scream defensive prowess.
I know one of their best defensive players, Keegan Murray, just suffered a thumb injury.
Out
He's
for a
going to
month.
miss, 4 to 6 weeks. So part of the problem with the Kings is they play in the Western Conference, and you have to play at such a high level to get one of the top spots in that conference. I understand. I do think Schroeder and Westbrook are relatively good pickups considering the situation they were in, but I'm not excited about where this team is.
All right, we need to get back up because we're going to start with one of your former teammates, the Lakers at the Suns last night. Luka Doncic made his preseason debut. It's the first time we've seen him play since FIBA Eurobasket here, Perk. Let's pick this one up early in the first quarter. Luka, that's how he started, right? He had a series of spin moves in the lane here. Come on, Malawach did not ask for this.
He did. Look at the footwork. And what was that called right there, Wendy? The slippery eel. Yup, look. Yes, it was.
Despite what these highlights say, come on, actually, I feel like we need to say this. He did have a good game. All right, so Luka Doncic, he can't get the free throw here, but don't worry, as it's falling out of bounds, somehow he makes this pass, Wendy.
Hey, listen, he's been getting ready. New body, new passes.
Nick Smith Jr. hits the three. About a minute later here, Perk, Doncic dribbles it up, and he hits the wing three.
Easy work, easy work. Got him leaning, then just pulled up. Look at the
Little
shot.
lean with it, rock with it later in the second. Luka dribbles up, deep step back, all smiles from Luka here. 12 of his 25 points, and this one came from beyond the arc, going 4 of 8 from 3. So the question, Perk, you had going into this one was what? How is DeAndre Ayton going to look? Well, this is him with Doncic here in the first.
And I love it.
And then take a look at this here. Clearing the lane, rolling to the basket. Here's Ayton on that connection with Luka Doncic.
He's different. He's doing it, drawing a foul at the same time and throwing a late lob. And, you know, it's just, I have to be patient and, you know, just really reading his eyes.
And you said you love it, Perk.
I do. And look, DeAndre Ayton did an excellent job all night long of setting good screens like that with creating a mismatch. Luka draining the three. He could make a living. And look, another great screen for Austin Reeves right there by DeAndre Ayton. You talk about sacrificing. Austin Reeves get his feet set. Yak.
Reeves finished with 25 in this one. I don't know where to count Yakum among that. Ayton finished with 10 points, 13 rebounds. As for Luka, he didn't miss a beat, right, in his preseason debut. 25 points, efficient night from the floor. The Lakers need that with LeBron out to start the year. Here he was after his debut game.
I feel great. I felt great. It was probably better than I expected. You know, those first games are kind of rusty, but I was just very happy to be out there again. We've been having a good preseason. The chemistry is great, and for us to be great, we need to have a great chemistry.
I'm real comfortable. You know, I haven't really played with all the guys fully yet, but you know, I love the way it's going. You know, I love the progress, and I just love the commitment everybody's really pulling in from training camp to now.
A lot of interesting stuff on the floor and a lot of interesting things said after this game. Malika Andrews here with Brian Windhorst, Kendrick Perkins, and of course, Boban is here with us as well, joining us in our Los Angeles studio. We've heard all summer about trimmed down Luka Doncic, Brian. Now we finally get to see him. What stood out to you?
He looked in tremendous rhythm in this game for a guy who hadn't played in all in the preseason. We saw the results of not only his hard work in the offseason, but all the time he put in playing with the Slovenian national team. He came in great rhythm. I liked how especially he got to the free throw line. I do think it's incumbent on me to point out that the Suns were just back from China and they basically sat almost all their rotation.
Yes.
But okay, it doesn't, you know, it was a real competition game. You know, he looked good. Also, Austin Reeves was terrific in this game. Austin Reeves has had a great preseason, and between the two of them, they got to the free throw line 17 times. And without LeBron, you're going to need to have some more efficiency. And I think with Austin Reeves and Luka's usage going up without LeBron, you're going to see them hunting a lot of free throws. That's one of their specialties.
Well, I love it because we got an opportunity to see the miniature three. Luka, Austin Reeves, and DeAndre Ayton.
Instead of a big three?
Because here's the thing, right? The future, right, is going to be determined on how well those guys have chemistry and how well they can play together. Austin Reeves, in my opinion, outside of DeAndre Ayton and what he brings in the interior, Austin Reeves is going to be that guy to get them over the hump. If you look at Luka and the success he had over the course of his career making deep playoff runs, he's always had that second primary ball handler that could create for himself and the others. And I'm looking at Austin Reeves to be somewhat of that Kyrie Irving or even that Jalen Brunson, because let's be real, we don't know how many games LeBron James is going to play this regular season, right? He's already started the season
and
off
that's what's
injured.
concerning.
So I'm looking at Austin Reeves to take that leap up from being that third option guy to being that second option guy.
Well, and then there's DeAndre Ayton, right? We've been waiting to see how that connection is going to look with Luka Doncic. And that little lob we showed you, it was the only one of the game. That's promising. Boban, you've actually been, though, in Ayton's shoes. You have been that partner for Luka Doncic. What did you learn last night?
Yes, I've been that. You know, like, Luka like when somebody sets a screen for him. And this is good because he can basically attack everybody from 1 to 5. And I know sometimes figure out how playing with him, like I figured out he don't even need screen. He just like can attack everybody. Just little bit. When he get tired, he won't like that better screen, and it's easy to play with him. He'll find you every time. You see how here he basically like looking for everything. I don't know how he do that, but this is like so easy for him, and for me, only need to score and make a layup.
It feels like this is what the start of the season is going to be. Luka's going to create a lot of open looks. DeAndre Ayton is going to have to get used to having that sort of space, Brian. Luka's going to get his. Other guys are going to get open looks. Those other guys need to make the shots. Yeah,
and I was impressed with DeAndre Ayton defensively last night. You can really see he knows that his job is to come in and rebound and make defensive plays. He had 13 rebounds in this game. He had, I think, 3 blocks and 2 steals, or 3 steals and 2 blocks, 5 stocks. He is really focused on being a defensive playmaker. I know that we're going to default to paying attention to the offensive end. I think the Lakers are going to score. I think they're going to get enough points. The question for me is, can they defend? That was one of the reasons they went out and got DeAndre Ayton. They needed better interior defense. He's not a great defender in his career, but he can make a difference, and you can see he's trying.
The Lakers are in action against Luka's former squad tonight, although we do not expect to see Luka Doncic in this second night of a preseason back-to-back. I do want to stick in the...
And he uses the glass on the layup.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's James, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with him, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
Free throw missing. RJ last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again?
Probably not, Kevin. Not in my lifetime. You have to understand, you're going to have to score 25 points a game for 20-plus seasons to even have a chance. LeBron, he's one-on-one. And when you think of LeBron, his competitive spirit is, to me, the first thing that comes to mind. All this guy wants to do is win all the time.
Off target from outside.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing to call.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Reeves can't hit. Mavericks leading by 5. Exum passes to Davis. Back to Exum. And finished off by Exum.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Pass to Laravia. Here's Vincent. He's defended by Exum. Vincent, the pass to Reeves. It's up a 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Sinks that one from the post. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. This is his second trip to the line in this one. And so he hits the technical free throw. Now here's LeBron. Inside. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Gotta love the aggressiveness. Ayton is locked in.
And we got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Davis kicks to Exum. To the inside. Dallas moving it around. And James pulls it down. James has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Vincent. He's defended by Exum. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Vincent. Pass to Davis.